Yo, I kind of want to share with you guys something that happened to me today. Um, I know I woke up right now. I just woke up literally uh, like 30 minutes ago, and I woke up because I was dreaming something that I didn't want to be in, if that makes sense. And the dream kind of went um, it was I remember it was me and my dad and one of my mom's brother. And I remember we were in like sort of in like a mall. There was one story and two stories. And I remember before that, I remember I took a type of drug in the dream that it was me and my brother who took. And I don't know what, like, I know what that means, but in the dream, I was like, how could I do this? Like, I'm a follower of Christ. I do this and that, and I'm over here doing this. And I remember we were in like a gas station, and we transferred from a gas station to outside where the car was parked. And I remember my dad, he was like, "What's going on with you guys? You guys are acting a little weird." And I was like, "Yeah, yeah, like nothing's going on." I tried to basically lie to thinking that nothing's wrong. And I was like, and then from there it transferred into a room where an officer that I knew in the dream was from school, or he looked like an agent, like an FBI agent. And I remember my mom came in, and I think she knew what was going on. I was, if you will, tripping in the dream with it was shrooms that I had taken, or some type of thing. I don't really remember, but I was fine in the dream. Like, I was fine. Like, it was just that thought that was in the dream that I knew what I had done, but I was conscious in the dream. And my mom, I remember it was like a big room, a square room. It was just me, my mom, and the officer. The officer was walking around trying to do something. And I remember that I remember that she was like in the center of the room, and I came up to her. I'm like, "What's going on?" And she was like, "You know what's going on? Like, you did that, and now you gotta pay the consequence." She didn't. In the dream, it was kind of weird because I just woke up, and I started to like meditate, and I started to like not tear up, but it was kind of like something to wake up. Like, something was shaking me to open up my eyes. And I remember from there, I was like, back then, I was like, like, did you know I was like tripping back then? And she was like, yeah, I remember one day you were outside with your sister, and I remember you were riding a car with her, and it fell over, and the way your eyes were moving, something like that. And I was like, dang. In the dream, I was like, dang. But now that I'm like thinking about it, I'm like, I don't, I don't know. But it sounds so true. And then the officer calls me in the office, and I walk for my mom, and I go into this office, and he starts to ask me these questions. And in my conscience, I'm like, well, he's gonna know that I'm not good. And then from there, I don't really remember much of the conversation we had between me and him. He was asking me questions, and my little brother was next to me, my little brother David, and he had like a snack, and I was like, give me some, I'm hungry. Because in my dream, I was not conscious. Like, I was conscious, but at the same time, I knew that I wasn't in a stable mind. So I was like, give me some. And the officer was like, all right. So another, another partner, like another three girls, like adult, like a older woman came, and they came in, and they basically interrupted. But I don't really remember that part of the dream. And then I remember the officer was like, all right, come with me. And then he went into like the other, to the right side of the office, like the building. And in that building, it was kind of like a pharmacy. I remember he started to like prepare like some type of vaccine, like a shot, like some type of needle, something was in there. And he was like, all right, I'm gonna give you this now. And I was like, wait, hold up, I'm not gonna like, no, I refuse to take it. And he was like, no, you got to take it. You have to. And I was like, no, like, mom, what's going on? And he was like, all right, let me show you. Nothing's gonna happen to you. And then in the dream, he grabbed someone, like a lady, and he was like, she told me, she was like, nothing's gonna happen. Like, you're safe. And I remember he put it into her, and she started to like, I don't know if it was her being funny, or if that whatever it was made her like drowsy sleep. She was like not conscious, and I was like, no, I can't take this. I can't take it. And she was like doing some weird stuff with her eyes. She was like she was about to pat like faint, you know? And I was like, what's going on, man? And I was like, no, I can't. And then and remind me, I knew in the dream my dad was waiting outside in the car and my mom was inside. She had walked in. And then that transferred into like a whole scene of, okay, so I remember it was two-story buildings, like I told you. I was in the first story building, and I remember I was down in the first story, and um I remember I saw outside, and out of nowhere everyone started fighting for some reason. Everyone was like like the guards that were outside. I recall seeing them with like machetes or something. I remember they were attacking the civilians. Everyone was fighting. It was whole chaos. Like everyone was like crying, like cars outside were crashing, everything. And I remember I was like, I didn't think about my mom, my dad, and my little sister at that, because I was just trying to me survive on my own. And I remember I was like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? And I ran into an elevator. I saw an elevator to my right, and it was like survival mode. I remember in my heart, I had to run away from these people that were coming to kill me. And I saw on my left and my right, and I saw people coming at me. And I remember there was an elevator, and I went and clicked on the elevator. And I remember there was three girls that were like trying to find an elevator to go through. And I don't really remember in the dream if I was trying to shut the door because someone was coming to attack me and I didn't let them in, or I could be wrong, or I let them in. I don't really remember. It's just those dreams that you only remember certain things. Um, I went up to the second story building, and it was hard to get up there because the elevator kept going up and down until it finally went up. And I remember when we got to the second elevator, everyone was so peaceful. Like everyone was like if nothing was going on outside. And I was like, don't you guys see what's going on down there? And then from there it transitioned into like me looking outside the window where everything was happening. Like the chaos was happening and everything. I remember a specific person, one of my like buddies in high school. I remember him. He looked at me, and I was like, "Where's my dad? Where's my mom? Where's my little sister? Where's everyone?" And he was like something wrecked into them. Some machine flipped him over. He crashed, and they're gone. And I was like, And I remember in the dream, I just started bawling. I started crying, and he started crying right next to me. And I remember it was sort of upstairs. It was sort of like a Nike type of store with windows on the side. And I remember I started bawling. I started getting on my knees. And I remember I saw everyone just crying upstairs. And mind me, it was peacefully, but at that moment, it was a sad moment. I was on the ground trying to cover myself so no one would see me, like the people that were outside, so they won't kill me. And that's when I woke up, and I had no, like, the first thing I had to do when I woke up was just, like, God have mercy on us. And why do I say that? Because if you stop what you're doing, and if you start to meditate everything that is going on around the world, all these wildfires, everyone dying, so many people dying, and if you just open up your eyes, you will realize that the end times are here, man. And this is not a moment to be playing around, and that includes myself. You know, it's just one of those things, those dreams that you're like, man, I just have to be grateful every single second. Every day I wake up, every morning I wake up. God have mercy, not just on me, but the whole world, my family, my friends. And, I just couldn't do anything else besides come to the Lord with all my sins, everything that I've done. And I'm like, you know what, God? Like, I've tried so hard to do this thing on my own, and it's basically not working. So I need you, man. I really do. We all need him. All these things happening, so many people dying. It's not a coincidence, man. I was looking into the word, and everything that the Bible says, it's basically like, listen, we, including myself, have to start waking up. We can't just live this life acting like if everything around us is just a coincidence. Like, we have to understand that we are grateful that even though everything around us is dying, everything around us is falling, we are still here by the grace of God. And I want to show you guys a passage on the Bible, the signs of the times and the end of the age. Now as he sat on the Mount Olives, the disciples came up to him and privately saying, "Tell us when these things will be, and what will be the signs of your coming and the end of the age." And Jesus answered to them, "Take heed that no one deceives you. For many will come in my name, saying, 'I am Christ,' and I will deceive many. And you will hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you are not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there will be famines, pestilence, and earthquakes in various places. All are these things of beginnings of sorrow. Then they will deliver you up to tribulation and kill you, and you will be hated by all nations for your name's sake. And then many will be offended. Many false prophets will rise up and deceive many, and become lawlessness will bound. The love of many will grow cold, but he who endures to the end shall be saved. And this gospel of the kingdom will be preached in all the world as a witness to the nations, and then the end will come." All these things, everything around us, all these different things, weird things happening, Like so many not usual things happening, so many wildfires, so many earthquakes, floods, all of that. Everything, coronavirus, all that. Everything. It's not a coincidence. It's something we need to look at and we need to realize and open up our eyes, including myself, that the end times are really here, man. Like, there's no playing around, there's no ifs or buts. It's either you have to decide to serve Him or live for the world. This YouTube channel is not mine. This YouTube channel, from the beginning, I told God, I was like, God, you've given me this platform, and I want you to glorify yourself in it. And I feel like this is one of those videos where I take a step back and I'm like, okay, take control. Like I was saying, school is kind of like a trick, like a test. You go in there, you're chilling, you do everything, and then when you're about to go to the bus or your car, I drive the bus, all those things start coming to my mind, either good or bad, mostly bad. And I start to realize, and I'm like, did I really just let school take over me? Did I really let this fake, not like, did I really just let it, like, define my tomorrow, like, what's gonna happen next? Like, I really? And then that's when you start to realize that at the end, when all your friends are gone, when school is empty, when all your teachers are done teaching, when it's just you start to realize your conscience brings you everything you did wrong. You come home to a beautiful family, a sister, a brother, a dog, and you're like, man, this is really all I need. Because for me, sometimes I go out there, your sister goes out there in the world, your family, your dad, your mom, and it's like a test. We all go out in the world, but at the end of the day, you're not gonna reunite with your friend, your buddy, your smoke buddy. You're gonna reunite with your sister, your brother, your mom, your dad. And you're gonna sleep at the same house because you know that's your family. You know that's who you're gonna come always to. You're always gonna come home expecting your mom, your dad, your sister to be there. And that's just how the Father is too. That's just how God is. He expects us every day to come to Him. Even if we've fallen, even if we've, whatever the circumstances, I don't know you that is watching. I don't know, man. I don't know. We all have battles. I get it. Can we be honest? Like, can we be honest in this YouTube channel? Alright. But we expect something, and then God expects something from us. He's like, you know I'm your Father. You know you're my son. You can always come to me. Just like you come to your father, your mother, and at home, your sister, your brother. You can count on them. You can count on me too. It's either we do it or we don't. And you're going to choose that. Not your dad, not your mom, not your uncle, not your tío, no one. You're going to choose that. I'm going to choose where I'm going to be 10 years from now, 15 years from now. Not my little brother, not because my mom's a Christian, I'm safe. Nah. It's going to depend on me, what I did, the things I did, the things I've decided to get up and keep walking. Everything. Like, I'm just a chill dude, man. I'm just someone who was everything you can think of worse back then. And sometimes I find myself stuck in those things still. But I'm just like you. I'm trying, but sometimes we don't have to try. We just have to trust. So, like I've always said, you guys, I can't really look at you guys, who you are, who you're watching. Like is that Khaled watching? Is that Jason watching? Is that Martin watching? Like I can't really do that, you know. But it's crazy that this lens can allow me to communicate with people that watch my videos. So I just want to encourage you. It's not easy, man. Freedom is not easy. But trust me, once you've tasted God, once you've tasted His richness, His goodness, and once you have the vision, no matter how many times this world, the winds, the troubles will bring you down, push you down, knock you over, you're always going to get up, and you're always going to keep walking, because you know who you are and you know where you're going. What I do need to work on is like talking in person, because I'm kind of shy. I'm like the shy dude. I'm like, by myself I'll do whatever, but like in person I'm like a dot. So I love you guys so much, and I'm gonna upload another video for you guys so you guys can be entertained. So I'll see you over there. I don't know if I want to do that. Okay, listen, I need a transition. I need someone who can give me a intro, something dope.